Today, I'm joined by Diandra Politano, a facialist known for her intuitive, bespoke approach to skin. We'll talk about where her love of skin began, her philosophy around treatment, and what really shows up on our skin, and how we can support healthy, supple skin as we age. Diandra, you have been my facialist for roughly 10 years. Lucky me.
Gosh.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Such an honor. And this is a very special podcast to be on because you're such a good client of mine. So
Oh,
I feel
thank
very
you.
honored.
And you're my favorite as well.
You're my favorite.
So, where did your love of skin first begin? And was there a defining moment that made you fall in love with this work?
I would say probably it began very early in life. So I was very young. I probably would have only been about like maybe 13 years old. I was always very drawn to beauty and makeup. My mum was a hairdresser. She had her own business. And so I think I always knew I would do something sort of in that kind of world. She was the one who kind of pushed me, like she taught us early on like to take care of our skin. My brother and my sister had quite like bad severe acne in high school, so she would take them to get facials, and she was always educating us on how important it was to like give the self-care really. And I don't know, I think I just always I kind of was always helping friends as well through high school. Like for year 10 formals and things, I would do everyone's makeup, and I just had that I just had this like passion for like kind of helping people. So I knew I wanted to do something along the lines of beauty. But yeah, it was definitely my mum who kind of pushed me and said, how about you study beauty? Because it's such a big kind of broad, like it's a big
Mm.
umbrella, and you can kind of go down any path as long as you sort of think outside the box. And as long as you're passionate about it, you can be like very successful. Yeah, so it kind of started then. And then, yeah, when I started beauty, I was only 16 years old when I actually
Wow.
became a beauty therapist. So very young. I obviously did not finish school. I didn't do year 11 and 12. I started to get my own like hormonal acne. I had issues with my skin. And I think when you kind of go through it, that's when you like can really help people. It
Mm.
comes from a place of like quite genuine care, and you know that feeling of like wanting to cover up your skin and being so self-conscious about your skin. So I really early on realized, okay, this is what I want to do, and I really want to help people. And yeah, that's how it all kind of started. Yeah.
Mm. And such a tender age to get those sort of acne and skin
Mm,
responses as well. It makes you become really aware of everything you put on your skin and
yeah.
yeah. Mm.
Absolutely. And even like what you're eating and everything. Like I probably
Mm.
didn't know too much about that yet. I think it was back then. I mean, not that it was that long ago. I'm only 34 now, but then it was very much all about like just cleansing and using harsh
Just
products and
products, products,
yeah,
products,
product,
products.
but
Yeah.
we've come a
Yeah.
long way now. So that's been really interesting. So
Well,
yeah.
it sounds like your mum was a very wise woman as
Mm.
well.
Yeah, she was good, and she was very open to us. Like, I remember friends not being allowed to like wax their legs or go and have they're like, oh, you have a facial, you get your eyebrows done. Oh my goodness. Whereas my
Oh,
mum
yeah,
was
I had one
very,
of those mums. I couldn't
yeah,
shave
yeah.
my legs until I was 13. I had to like wait until I was exactly 13 before I could
Yeah.
shave my legs.
No, she was like, do it whenever.
Oh, I
Not
love
that
that.
early.
So, how would you describe your overall philosophy when it comes to skin and treatments?
Okay, so my philosophy is very much, it's like a little bit of a blend, bit of classical, very clinical as well. I think every treatment obviously needs to be very grounded in knowledge and understanding of like the skin's biology, but also guided by touch and like connection. So I would say my whole philosophy is kind of like the whole picture, obviously restoring balance in the skin and strengthening the barrier and supporting like long-term skin health.
Mm.
But, and that's obviously more so in like very clinical environment where we might be doing lasers, skin needling, things that are like backed with research.
Mm.
but I am very much about calming the mind as well. So I kind of think it's a little bit of a fusion of like both worlds. People want like quick fixes, aggressive
Mm.
approaches. It's not a very holistic experience. I obviously want to treat and change the skin and I want results, but I think the best environment for that is when you're calming like the nervous system and then
Mm.
you're nurturing both, that clinical kind of approach and then also like the client's like mind and soul. So it's like a little bit of both.
Mm.
I would
Just
say
sort of,
sometimes I'm a bit like I contradict myself a little bit.
well, what I'm
Yeah.
hearing is it's sort of
Mm.
almost helping your clients slow down and connect and tune in, right? Often when we're like hectic and busy and it's like, just fix it, just do this, just
Mm.
instant, gratification, quick. And they just don't want to sort of maybe take the time to reconnect and slow it
Mm.
down and understand how much that stress can impact our skin as well, right? So while
Yeah,
we can have real
absolutely.
issues with our skin that need harsher treatments than a holistic approach, it's amazing once you make the connection.
Yeah, you got to kind of build that bridge. Like when I started my
Mm,
business 7 years ago, my whole thing was like, I want to like build the bridge between like the dermal therapies that I've studied that like really kind of fantastic, lasers, peels, all that, but then also the other stuff I've studied, like massage and like breath
mm,
work and, all the things that help internally and stress management. So it's kind of
mm.
about clients coming in and feeling like we're giving them both.
And I certainly feel that when I walk into yours. It's like, ah, I can
A
breathe
big
now. I'm
breath.
here. I'm hectic. I've like rushed over the bridge to get there. But then
Over the
once I'm
bridge.
there, it's like definitely a calm space. So I feel that when I come in.
I
So,
can't believe we got
and
you over the bridge.
I know it's so far.
So fast.
And so on that note, when a
Mm.
client walks through your door, how do you begin? Like, what do you look for to understand their unique story?
It's always a very, very, very long, big chat.
Mm,
So you kind of you have to look at the whole picture, everything from what they're using, so their regime to like, what their hormones are like. Sometimes I even ask like, where are you in your cycle? When do you
mm.
break out in your cycle? That's a really good one to kind of figure out if someone's having issues due to their hormones. I
And what
ask about their,
products?
yeah,
Mm,
products, lifestyle. It's like a really, really big, long chat.
mm,
Because it's not just about kind of giving them a facial and giving them a nice glow. We've got to figure out if, if there's something that we can help them with and if they've got goals. It's never about like, okay, this is what I want to fix on you and this is everything that's wrong with your skin.
mm.
My thing is kind of like, what's your goal? What do you want to achieve? Like, why are you here? And sometimes people are just simply, they're seeing us because they just want to relax and they don't really want to chat about all that stuff. And that's okay. Usually they're the people though that end up kind of calling back or emailing about like actually, you know what, that treatment plan that you offered me, I think I want to like I think I want to take you up on that. But yeah, you just have to kind of figure out why the client's there, what their goals are.
Mm,
These days books are closed, so I don't actually see many new clients anymore. So my focus is more on now like evolving with the clients that I have. But yeah, there's so many. We always have to check back in because there's so many different stages of life. And like I've had clients for like
yeah,
you,
yeah,
10 years,
yes. You
maybe
saw
a
me
little
sort
bit of
of post menopause, and now I'm
yeah,
kind of, yeah, so it's a different cycle again, right? Our
yeah,
skin changes and evolves, and
yeah,
like we do.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
on this journey together. So hopefully I still
yeah.
look the same as I did 10 years ago.
Absolutely. You look.
Yeah, thanks to
I
you.
think you're going backwards.
Yeah, it's just good lighting today.
Yeah.
So you see so many faces each week. What are the common skin concerns right now? And would you say that fads impact this?
Oh, yes, absolutely. A lot of
Mm,
congestion, like breakouts and inflammation. That's a big one. And it's usually because someone's seen something that some like influencer's doing
yeah.
and like, the whole big 12-step Korean
Yeah.
skincare thing. Like that's made a mess of a lot of people. I've seen people kind of come off rationale because they were a bit tempted by like a cheaper kind of
Mm,
12-step thing. And then we've had to like fix them up. So usually that's a pretty easy one though. It's like a little bit of a change, a good deep cleanse, and they're good. Hormonal breakouts is a big
mm,
one, and that's tricky because all we can really do is just support the barrier so that they've got kind of like a healthy healing
mm.
environment.
And I think in those
Yeah.
situations when people get the breakouts, they just want to keep applying and add
Uh,
more and more and more, and that's just the worst thing that you can do for your skin, right?
Absolutely.
Simplicity is
Yeah.
key here.
And also another big one with breakouts is people think that they've got to strip back, keep cleansing, overusing
Mm,
AHAs. When it's hormonal, sometimes that actually just causes more of a mess. You've really got to know, you really got to know like the right things for your skin, and like the right retinol and the right AHA, because it's not a one size fits all. So even though, yeah, it's hormonal and we do have to kind of send people off to get things checked, get, your hormones checked, get your gut checked, all that, we still
the
can
whole picture.
absolutely help. Yeah. Pigmentation is another really big one, and it's a big beast to slay. Our sun is just so harsh, and pigment
Sure
is
is.
so tricky. And there's so much like new research and so much change with pigment, and there's so many reasons why people have pigmentation, and you got to get to the bottom of that as
So
well.
it's like, what are the factors?
Oh,
Sun, hormonal,
hormones, heat,
um, uh, fair
your
skin, dark
melanin.
skin.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah.
Even people with dark skin prone to post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and that's another tricky one. So,
And so
yeah.
what are the best ways to treat it? Is it with laser or is it?
So obviously, again, it depends on your skin and your skin coloring. I would say laser is obviously a very good one for your easy one, like your Caucasian type skin with very high contrast pigment. IPL will knock it out of the park. But then when you've got that trickier kind of skin type where it's hormonal
Mm,
and maybe you're a bit like darker coloring, you've got to look at things like maybe Cosmelan, although it's like quite a bit of downtime, or there's like pico lasers, biorepill,
mm.
needling. Now there's a new treatment out, which is actually, I just went to the seminar for it, and I think it's gonna like knock Cosmelan out of the game. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that,
Ooh,
but whatever.
ooh.
Am I allowed to say things
Okay,
like that?
that's exciting. That might be a second
Yeah,
podcast.
that might be a second podcast, and it's like a skin needling treatment that's really good for like melasma, and we're doing it now in clinic. We're just trialing it at the moment.
I
It's called
love skin
Lumexin.
needling.
Mm.
Mm,
Needling's good. Needling's good. So
okay.
yeah, there's a few ways, but yeah, it's definitely a personalized approach. So you've really got to check in with a skin therapist and see what's right for
Mm,
you.
good
Mm.
advice. So how do stress, sleep, and emotional health show up in the skin, would you say?
Um, yeah, well, it definitely shows. I'd
Yeah.
say stress usually is like breakouts. Um, but it's funny, it's like this like vicious cycle where your stress might be affecting your gut, that might be affecting your hormones. So then you'll
Affecting
like,
your emotional health, and you feel like
yeah,
crap
then
about
so
yourself, and yeah, and then you're just
yeah,
looping and looping.
it's like
Yeah.
this vicious cycle. And, people say, oh, yeah, I'm breaking out, but I think it's my hormones. Like it's just but then it's like, why is that happening? What's going on with your hormones? Are you
And
stressed? And that,
are you
yeah, I
able to
mean,
crack it with some clients? Do you feel that they're
like
aware
some,
that perhaps there is a connection between that, mind and gut and skin connection?
yeah, sometimes we can. But a lot of the work, of course, has to be done by the client
Mm,
outside the treatment room. Often
mm,
what they'll end up doing is if it is something internal, we'll get them in a little bit more frequently for like even just shorter treatments. Like we do
mm,
lymphatic drainage, body massage, that's a really good one, or even just
mm.
short LED treatments just to come in and like have a moment. But
And
yeah,
often
that
just
I was
being still and allowing
yeah,
space, right?
yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah.
obviously a combination, but just being aware of being still in your body just makes a really big difference.
And it reminds people that they need to do that, that
Mm,
when they do it, they're like, oh wow, actually this really is helping. It's a long journey, but we can definitely get there with the right care.
I love that.
Mm.
So what's the biggest misconception around skin?
Yeah, there's a lot of misconceptions, so it's hard to say. I feel like that's like a whole podcast in itself.
Mm,
But I'd say the biggest one is probably that, like, some people come in and they're very reserved, and it's very much like all this stuff doesn't work, and all that matters is that you eat well, you sleep well, and you, what else? And that's it, like eat well, sleep well, and you exercise or whatever. Like it doesn't matter what you put on your face. And then some people think all that matters is what you put on your face, if that makes sense.
yeah.
But I feel like what a lot of people don't realize is it's when you have like kind of nailed both, that's where like the magic happens. And that's where you'll
It's like,
see, that's where you'll see like long-term skin health, where you might be able to, like, if you're checking in with a facialist, doing regular treatments, and then you're also on a really good regime that's good for you, you eat well, you exercise, you kind of have the whole picture. You might even be able to avoid like really harsh alternatives. That's what I think. But yeah, I feel like there's a misconception that it's like it's only one thing, if that makes
No,
sense.
it's all connected.
It's
always,
all, yeah,
right?
yeah,
I have
yeah.
got so many tools just on that I rotate around. I'm watching television with my husband. And he's like, "What is in that basket?" I've got them all in a basket, and it's
Oh
like
my
I'm
gosh.
pulling out a gua sha, and then I'm pulling out, the
Your
the
LED.
micro, the LED and the microcurrents, and I just
Oh,
rotate. But not, I mean, obviously for vanity as well, but also it just makes me feel good, and my
absolutely.
skin shines as a result. So especially as we get older.
I
The
mean, there's
maintenance is
nothing.
certainly every day
Yeah,
rather than
yeah,
once a week.
yeah.
Um, and on that note, so as women, our skin naturally evolves with age. So what can we do to keep it supple and toned and resilient through our 40s and 50s?
Well, yes, of course, like we're naturally going to age. It's inevitable.
No.
Um,
Yeah.
time goes by and we are going to get older, but I think a lot of people don't realize is that premature and like extrinsic aging, so like from the environment and like lifestyle, all that kind of thing, that is absolutely avoidable. So you can do things to basically, we're not trying, the goal isn't that we're trying to erase lines and we're trying to, I don't even like the term like anti-aging. I feel like it's a little bit
Mm.
negative. What we're trying to do is we're just trying to prevent, I suppose, the inevitable, really. And we're trying to make it
Delay.
just
Yeah.
delay it,
Mm.
not prevent it. I should say delay it. Um, because you're then like doing everything as best you can for your skin and your health. So like, why wouldn't you? It's for longevity.
Absolutely. Mm.
But yeah, so when it comes to aging, of course, it's inevitable, but the key is to just kind of embrace the changes, and care for yourself rather than like focusing on trying to freeze everything.
Yeah.
You want like a healthy, nourished, hydrated skin that reflects, what's going on the inside, and it just makes you feel so much more confident, like,
Yeah, I
glow
love that.
glow through those beautiful expression lines, and yeah, with the right combination of treatments, I feel like you can really embrace it and glow so beautifully.
Mm.
I feel like you're kind of the epitome of that,
Grow
if
and
I'm
glow.
honest.
Oh,
Grow and
thank
glow, yeah.
you. Well, I think you start to give, we're all quite vain, right? Your 20s
Yeah,
and 30s, it's like
yeah.
looks are really important. And then the 40s hit and you're like, holy shit, the line, where did that shadow come from? Where did that line come from? Isla, my daughter, pulled me over in the car and said, Mum, you've got a black hair growing on your lip. And I was like, pull it out.
Cute.
Just so, and you freak out. But then turning 50, something just changed. You kind of give a little bit less of a shit, if that makes sense. And it is more about longevity. and living well and feeling well. You know, obviously you want to look good for your age. I don't want to look 30 and I don't want to look 40. I want to look good for my age. And I think that's sending a better message. But I
Absolutely.
think that happens with wisdom as well as we get older.
100%. Yeah, it's not about trying to look younger. It's just feeling your personal best. And don't I think we compare as well with to others, and that's a really
Yeah,
dangerous,
toxic.
because of social media. Just like kind of reflect in, and if
I
things are
love
feeling
that.
a bit, then look what's going on internally. What's going on? What are you doing in your regime? Like,
You're
yeah,
speaking
so
my language.
yeah.
Yeah. I love it. So talk to me about what treatments or practices are most effective for supporting mature skin. So not your 20s and 30s. So when somebody my age comes in, what do you do
With
differently?
the big guns.
Yeah, yeah. Pull out the big industrial machines.
What are some good ones? I'd say you definitely need to be doing like a regular peel. So like something like the bio refill is another good one. I already mentioned that. It's like got a collagen peptide in it. It's really good for anti-aging.
Peptides, yeah.
Peptides, yes, definitely get some peptides in your skin. Also like lasers, like laser genesis is really good for like firming and collagen production. You want to do like a few skin needling sessions a year, maybe 2 to 3. You don't have to do it a lot, but that's a really good one for, again, collagen. We're kind of focusing on
And your skin
collagen
goes
production.
so juicy and yum.
Yeah. And another really big one, and this is for home and for treatment, massage. So, but regular. You've got to be consistent. Something that I like to tell people is you've got to think of your face like you think of your body. Just like we go to the gym and we go to Pilates, we
Yeah.
want to tone our glutes,
Build the muscle.
build our muscle. We want to do the same thing in our face. And regular massage can help relax those muscles that might be causing that sagging or that pulling or that frowning. But you have to do it regularly. Yeah.
Yes, and I have a jaw like a pit bull, and so I notice that I can get really tight in my jaw.
I haven't heard that one before.
And so I get a lot of relief and release from even getting on the inside of my mouth, you know, all the fascia and sort of, because I'd imagine when you're clenching and doing all those things, or if your face is in a certain sort of set all the time, then yes, you're going to get tight.
Yeah, you've got to like manipulate it almost, and you got to release like stagnation. And yeah, so
I've been practicing with all the different tools and doing the face yoga ones, you know, for the jowls underneath, jushing my chin out. And again, my daughter's in the car with me going, Mom, you look so weird at the set of lights.
There's literally things that you can do while you are driving. Like there's
my tongue.
Things like just to help with
That's
jowls.
what I'm doing. I am that mom.
I'm
slinking
so proud
down
of you.
Thank you. She's not. She's like slunk right down in the chair. But I think all those little things do help, right? Because not only are you sort of promoting skin flow and looking strange, but and having a good laugh from it, it's really important to loosen all those muscles.
Yeah. And a lot of people, I think it's becoming a bit more known and a bit more of a trend, which I'm loving. That's one trend I'm loving on the internet.
Yeah, me too. Not the fillers and it's like, look at ways that you can kind of get your skin glow with your own hands without doing full injectables, right?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
We've spoken about burnout before, and I know I've heard you on another podcast talking about it. And we know how much you love to serve your clients, but what's the cost when you can't say no, and how does that show up in your skin?
Breakups. I always say, don't trust a facialist who has never had a breakout herself. I'd say you can just tell, like you can see it. I think if I'm doing too much, I look very tired. I do have like some issues with my hormones. So if I find in a way, I don't like to say issues. It's good
Yeah, I
because
was
it
about to
gives me,
reframe that for you. Yeah.
yeah, some things going on that gives
Pop
me,
up.
more of an initiative to be healthy, which is good in a way.
Mm.
But if I'm
It's
not,
like little signs, isn't
a
it?
little
It's like your
sign.
body's speaking to you in a way. It's
Yeah,
like, hey,
yeah,
just checking in,
yeah. And
sending out a little alarm.
yeah, and I'm a little bit special and I don't get away with as much as maybe what some people do. So I do have to I do have to practice what I preach and like just take time to be, I'm doing facials and I'm giving all day. If I'm not
Mm.
giving to myself, there's absolutely nothing left. So, um
100%.
yeah, I think it does. It definitely shows on my skin. I find I tend to break out. I look very dull. You can just see it like a little bit, kind of
There.
drawn and blah.
Yeah.
So, it does help to be in the environment that I'm in because,
You've
I'll
got
start my,
access to all the
yeah,
machines.
I can definitely give myself a quick little fix and
Yeah.
people will be like, wow, you look so good today. And I'm like, I've had
Yeah.
2 hours sleep, but
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't do
Yeah.
that. But yeah, no, it definitely shows. And I just try to have balance. And I think I've been a facialist now for 17 years. So I'm at a stage now where I'm comfortable with sort of saying no and knowing
Hmm.
I don't need to do those crazy long hours anymore. Yeah. So,
No, yeah.
mm,
And sometimes it's really good to acknowledge how far you've come, right? And
mm,
since I've known you, you've worked so hard at building your business and often we go into autopilot. And
mm,
I guess if I can offer you any words of wisdom, it is that just sit back and celebrate your wins and see how far
yep,
you've come because you've done
yep.
such an amazing job. I've loved watching you
Mm,
grow
thank
as a
you.
person and as a facialist as well. So,
Thank
yeah, go
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's so nice.
So, I always love to end with a few moments of reflection, questions that invite you to check in with yourself. So, what are the ways that you reconnect with yourself each day, Deandra?
My big walk with my dog. It's I honestly don't know what I did before I had her. It's so nice.
What did you do?
I don't know. I think maybe they were the extra hours I was doing or something.
Yeah.
But I love my walk with my dog. Like I need to be like in nature, ideally like maybe along the water, even if it means I have to drive somewhere. I love my big walk and I try to like no phone or phone in my pocket and just sometimes not even like music on and just kind of
Being.
just breathe and be. And yeah, that's definitely my thing. And I also love to every night my little like facial cleanse is a little bit of a massage and I do a little bit of like breath work. Yeah, so they're my two
Mm,
things that I always every day try to do without
the
any
non-negotiables.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I love that. And so, what has your skin or your body taught you about yourself?
Um, it's definitely taught me that it's always my skin's always kind of like if there's something going on, it's telling me something's going on inside. It's kind of taught me that I kind of need to listen to my skin a bit and be in tune with my skin and my body. Because yeah, usually if there's changes and usually like negative changes, something is going on. So I try to like take time to nurture myself. And obviously looking better is a bonus, but if something's happening on the outside, like breakouts or whatever, it's just I feel like I'm just so much more calmer and more present if I'm taking care of myself. So it's
Hmm.
like a little report card or something.
Yeah, it's
Um,
tuning in and
yeah,
listening to all the
yeah,
little signals and signs that it's showing us, right?
yeah, yeah,
And I think often many people kind of ignore those little signs until it
mm,
gets, unmanageable perhaps.
yeah.
So yeah, it's lovely that you do that. I love that you've got that self-understanding. So what season of life are you in right now, would you say?
Um, I don't know if I'm answering this right, but let's see. I feel like it's very much a bit of a season of like me, and
Yes.
putting myself first. I've been very like, yeah, I think it's not negative. I think it's gotten me to where I've gotten today. I've
Mm.
been very much like a giver. I put everyone first, business first, staff first, you know, any other kind of, even just little things. I always do these little things just to make sure other people are, I think it's just naturally, it's my job, right? I'm caring for people. So
Yeah.
it's just
You're a
naturally how I'm
nurturer.
in.
Yeah.
And I like it. It makes me feel good. But I think, yeah, now it's a bit more about saying no and doing things that feel right, and that are going to serve me. Um,
Yeah, well, it's getting the balance
yeah,
right.
yeah.
And I think that's really wise from a, did you say 32?
34
Oh, you're so
soon.
old. You're so
I'm so
old.
old.
But it's wise for somebody that doesn't have
Mm,
children and understands that concept. And I think it's good to remember that in the next 10 years of your life as well,
mm,
to, to understand that as women, it's really important that we put boundaries up.
absolutely.
We've got to
Because
feel ourselves right.
yeah, because there's many different stages, and that will
Oh,
always
yeah.
change.
Yeah.
For now, for now,
Yeah.
it's about me, but we'll see.
And what does living from the inside out mean to you? And I know you've sort of connected on that, but if you could wrap it up in a sentence, what
In
would
a
it be?
sentence. I would say just embrace your individual self and your natural beauty. Be really gentle and kind to yourself. Don't look at what everyone else is doing. Your journey is different, and yeah, just embrace I would definitely say embrace your natural beauty.
I love that. That is
Yeah.
just such a beautiful way to end. Diandra, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and the heart behind your work. It's been such a beautiful conversation today. Where can people find you, lovely? I know you've closed your books, but I know you have lots of other beautiful practitioners in your salon.
Yeah,
So,
I've got such a good team. They're amazing. And I'm not just saying it, best of the best. I've approached every senior that's left in Sydney. So you'll find us, it's my name, Diandra Politano on Instagram. And yeah, you can book online with my team. I've got a team of 4. So there's definitely availability, but it is hard to get in. So
once you're in,
props
though,
to them. Props to them. Yeah.
just be persistent, people.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
It's absolutely worth it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. It's such an honor to be on here. Thank you.